The first question is, what is the relationship between consciousness and the mind? When I meets picture, consciousness arises. When is the mind? Where is the mind? Does arise with consciousness? Okay. What is the relationship between consciousness and mind? The mind is the main thing. Mind is main thing. Consciousness means active mind. There are 6 consciousness. Eye consciousness, ear consciousness, tongue consciousness, body consciousness, and mind consciousness. There are 6 consciousness. All these consciousness are the active time of your mind. Mind creates some, as I mentioned, activities, create some activities with the influence of mind through these bases. Separately, all these bases have different consciousness. You can't talk about consciousness without mind. Active mind is the consciousness. Active mind is the consciousness. Mind is one thing, but consciousness, why we have 6? 6 means the different kind of activities are there. That is the meaning of 6. But one thing that related to mind. Without mind, there is no consciousness. Mind is one thing. The base consciousness is when mind is start to active, that activities are going through ear, nose, tongue, body, mind. All these activities are related to these bases. Activities. Therefore, consciousness means active mind. Active mind. We have name for it. Eye consciousness, it means active. Mind active, connected with your eye. Mind active, connecting with your ear consciousness. Mind active, connecting with your tongue consciousness. So therefore, consciousness means active mind. Active mind. It's not separate from your mind. It's the one of moment. It's like this. So think about the person's name, John. John is your neighbor. John is your neighbor. He's a carpenter. He's working for a company. He's working for a company. He has 2 children and his wife working in the hospital. Now, through all these things, there are different interpretations about John. Carpenter John. Carpenter John. Mike and Emily's father. John, father of Mike and Emily. Husband of Catherine. John has so many explanations. But John is one person. In the same way, you have eye consciousness, ear consciousness, tongue consciousness, body consciousness, mind consciousness. All these are the names for your mind when it starts to do some activities. That is the nature of active mind. So mind and consciousness is not 2 different things. Same thing in different actions. Can you speak about awareness or mindfulness? Because it's to be able to choose the wholesome path, choose non-jealousy, jealous thoughts arise on choose kindness when anger arises, etc. Okay. Awareness or mindfulness. Okay. What is awareness? What is mindfulness? What is mindfulness? That mindfulness word is very famous around the world. As I remember, one day I was traveling on train. Every and each train stations, they made announcement, be mindful to take with you your belongings. At the plane, at the airport, they are also using same word, be mindful. Be mindful to take things that you belongs. That word is very famous, very popular word, mindfulness. Is that the mindfulness that we are talking here in the Buddhist way? No. Mindfulness is different than that their mindfulness. Awareness. What is awareness? Awareness is the basic level of your mindfulness. Awareness is basic level of your mindfulness. Awareness means a kind of recognition part. You are recognizing. How? Just think about your mind. You are aware the thoughts that are arising in your mind. What kind of thoughts are arising? You have some kind of idea about the thoughts that are arising in your mind. Your mindfulness means you know the roots of that thoughts. Oh, these thoughts are arising because of my hatred, through my desire, through my ignorance. That is mindfulness. So you know some thoughts are arising. Perhaps you might have idea it's look like unwholesome thoughts, the basic level. This is awareness. In Vitakka Santana Sutta, Buddha explained, recognizing unwholesome thoughts, pay attention to get rid of that unwholesome thoughts from your mind. So then, first you have to have awareness. Second, you have to be mindful because you know exactly the roots. What are the roots? Then seeing the roots, you can see the results. Oh, these thoughts are dangerous. Why? These thoughts come through my hatred. These thoughts are come through my anger, jealous, desire, ignorance. You know that. How you can recognize? Because you are mindful. You are mindful. You can see the roots. This is the mindfulness. Awareness doesn't have roots connections. Awareness just aware. Oh, look like wholesome, look like unwholesome. That is awareness. But going into deeper level, you can see the roots. Oh, these roots arising with anger. You know that. For example, when someone departed from us, how would be the nature of us? First thing, we are worried about. We are crying. We are lamenting. Then everybody accepts it. Oh, she is innocent. He is innocent. He is a nice guy. He can't bear his loss. That's why he is crying. We all accept it. But if you are mindful about your situation, the present moment, oh, why I am crying? Why I am crying? You know that. I am crying because now you can analyze. This person departed from us is the nature. Can you stop that nature? No. I'm helpless with that. But why I'm crying? I'm crying thinking about my benefits. He departed. I don't have a person to help me now. I don't have a person to say, oh, Father, when I'm coming from my work, there is someone to welcome me, but now you departed from me. There is nobody to welcome me now. What is the problem? you have feelings, you are losing something. You're losing something. Then you don't like losing anything from you. Then what kind of thoughts would be there? Anger. You are crying because of anger. So, see, this is the mindfulness. Analyzing your thoughts, going into deeper level, you can see the roots. We are crying because we are living with angry thoughts. That's why we are crying. Which against, we are going against the natural law. Anyone can stop dying? No one can stop dying. If someone go to this world, definitely that person will die. We don't know when, how. So there is nothing to cry, but we cry thinking about our relationship, thinking about benefits that you are gaining through that person. You don't like to lose any of these benefits. Therefore, you have anger for natural law, natural phenomena. It's come through your mindfulness. Why I am crying? Because of anger. So this is mindfulness. Before mindfulness, awareness, you have some thoughts, or there is something happening in my mind, but you don't have clear idea about. But you can do some reactions for that. That is awareness. But you can really take actions to take care of your unwholesome thoughts as well as your wholesome thoughts with the help of your mindfulness. In Pali, there are few words that we have to keep in your mind. Yoniso manasikara, which is directly connected with mindfulness. Yoniso manasikara. Right? Yoniso manasikara means, yoni means the place, origin place. Yoni. Manasikara means who can think the origin place. It means there are thoughts arising in your mind. Whenever that thoughts arising in your mind, directly you can recognize where the thoughts are coming. What are the roots of that thoughts? That is Yoniso Manasikara. So that is right mindfulness. Mindfulness. Right away you know that thoughts, or whether it is related to anger, jealous, and lust, or it is regarding your metta, whether it is regarding your compassion, whether it is regarding your sympathetic joy, equanimity, whatever, you can directly recognize that is your mindfulness. That is mindfulness. Yoniso Manasikara is the Pali word. Sati is another word, but in deeper level it says Yoniso Manasikara. But that is the highest level that we can develop our mindfulness. Not concentration, it's different. So awareness and mindfulness. Next questions. Today Dhamma talk described the what of how karma works. Is there a way? Are there results of karma what we deserve? Are they in some way good for us, giving us the opportunity to learn the needed lessons or something else? Thank you. As I mentioned in my talks, to recognize exactly this happening because of karma is not easy. The Buddha advised us, don't depend on your karma all the time. Don't depend on your karma all the time. As I mentioned, Venerable Angulimala, who killed 999 humans, was able to attain enlightenment. If he started to think about his bad, unwholesome karma, he never get a chance to get rid of this samsaric suffering. But instead of staying with that unwholesome thoughts, he was developing his energy, effort, driving into right directions. He was able to get rid of all the samsaric suffering, even the bad karma, unwholesome karma. Therefore, in deeper level, when we are able to analyze in deeper level, we may see the results of karma. As we mentioned in the Chulakamma Vibhanga Sutta, we born to this world with the help of our karma. That's true. That's true means, just think about how many living beings are here in this world with us. Don't think about unseen being. Just think about seen. Beings who are in the water. Have we count all these beings? No. It's impossible to count them. Can we count even the beings who are with us in this earth, on this earth? No. Even in one place where we are dwelling in here, how many ants would be here? Perhaps millions and millions of ants would be here. We don't know. Comparing human beings and other living beings, we are minority. We are very small. Around the world, as we count, we have 6 billion human, basically. No? In this place, in Bhavana society property, there would be 6 billion other living beings, just only in the Bhavana property. So therefore, we are very pure. Human beings are very pure. Other living beings are billions and billions around the world. We born to this world in this particular stage with the help of our karma. Otherwise, why we are not getting to that big crowd, large amount? We have to get into that amount, but we did not go to that amount. We came into very specific amounts, very small amount, with very special reason. What is that? We develop our mind. We made wishes to come to this world, whether you believe or not. Whether you believe or not, it doesn't matter. All human beings who are here now in this world had made that wishes themselves in their previous life to come to this human world. As a result of that wishes, we all came to this world. That is natural phenomenon. It's a natural phenomenon. We had desire to go to human world. I want to go to human world. We had that desire. But completely, we forgot all these thoughts that we had. We born to this world and now we are doing something else. The main purpose we completely forgot. We don't know what was that main purpose. We are not connecting with that main purpose. Why we wish to come to this world? To develop our quality, wholesomeness, humanity. That's why we made that wishes in our previous lives. But when we born to this world, divided into many groups, we have separate ideas, thoughts with the influence of the environments. We have different thoughts. We completely forgot. But one thing we can think, we had great karma to born this world as human beings. Among human beings, we are very fortunate and lucky to listen to these kind of things. We are helping you to expose your mind, not to close your mind. which is very important. Some tradition, as you know, in this world, they are trying to blind us. Don't think, don't make questions. Just believe this. This is the way how this world is running. Even scientists, what they are doing, they are stopping. Don't question. Believe it. Accept this. They do these things by force. But in this tradition, what we are doing, we are always helping. For what? To open your mind. For what? To see things, really, to see things as they are. So we are trying to develop our wisdom, nothing else, nothing else. We are paying attention, we are trying to develop our wisdom. Wisdom is the solutions. So we can think, we can understand how we are lucky. We are really lucky people. That's why we have these kind of opportunities in this world. So now you can see, being born as a human beings, we had good karma. As a result of that good karma, we got this opportunity. We born to this human world. Among those human beings, 2.6 billion human beings, among those human beings, we are very lucky, very fortunate. We have opportunity, we are trying, we know the path for our own liberation. We have a path, we know the path for our liberation. That's why we are here. So it is also results of wholesome karma. It is not something accidentally happened. It is happened because of, we all are here having a reason. There is a reason for all these meetings. So that reason belongs to natural phenomena. That is karma. So in this manner, we can see karma in many ways. I have met some people. When I met some, particularly Westerners, I always ask them if they're interested about Buddhism or if they know something about Buddhism. I'm checking with them the way how get into this tradition. One day I met a lady in Ohio. I saw she was teaching in the Dhamma school for the kids. So then having opportunity to talk to her, I asked her, by the way how get into this tradition, how did you find the teachings of the Buddha? Then she was explaining kind of interesting things for me. Bhante, I'm practicing Buddhism more than 30 years. This happened 10, 12 years ago, actually 10, 15 years ago. And then she said, Bhante, I'm practicing Buddhism more than 30 years. It means now almost 45, 50 years. Then I asked, how? While I was in high school, one day in my textbook, I saw a picture of the Buddha, just picture of the Buddha in my geography book. She was learning geography. Somehow accidentally she found the Buddha's picture, and she was so impressed to know about him, and she started to research about the Buddha. And at the end, she became Buddhist. I can say it happened because of the karma. There was another incident while I was traveling in Malaysia. The high priest of that temple arranged a trip to go to see the city, Twin Towers and all these places. I was thinking about a Chinese person or might be any other Indian or Sri Lankan or someone would be there to pick up me or something like that. But there was a white person. While we are traveling to the city, we start to discuss. Then I was questioning. He completely Buddhist pullover, and then I asked, by the way, where from you? I'm from Canada, but I'm living in Malaysia now. What is the reasons to come to Malaysia? But it is an interesting talk, but we have few hours, therefore we can discuss it. Then we start to discuss about his journey to Malaysia. Then he was telling me, Bhante, I was in a seminary school in Canada to become a Catholic priest. One day, there was a lesson about Eastern culture, Eastern philosophy. The professor was teaching about something Eastern teachings. There was a passage about some kind of Eastern religions and teachings. It does mention very few words about the teachings of the Buddha. He was impressed. And he went to library to find more books. He couldn't find any books there. There is a seminary school. And then he went to public library. He met a librarian asking questions about, he don't know about the word Buddhism. He was asking, I learned something like this. Do you know, can you help me to find some book, something like that about Eastern culture? So he had been going through so many literatures and Hindu books, Confucius teachings, so many teachings were there, but he couldn't get any answer for his interest. Finally, he get rid of the seminary studies. He went to London. He went to London Library with the help of some librarian's guidance. And then, while he was searching, he was able to find Mahayana Buddhism, some books about Mahayana. No, first he had found Bhagavad Gita, Hindu book. He had going through Bhagavad Gita, was not satisfied. He was thinking, no, this is not my taste. I want to go beyond that. Then somehow he got opportunity to read the Mahayana books. He was studying Mahayana. Someone was suggested to go to Indonesia. He had gone there, met a Mahayana monk, studied there, but not satisfied. At the end, he was able to get into the famous monk, Bhante Sri Dhammananda, who was in Malaysia. He met him. Now, 10-15 years ago, that monk passed away. This person is the person who is conducting some classes that Bhante did. Now, I feel it is karma. So in this manner, we can see the results of the karma in many ways. Your interest coming through your karma, your birth coming through your karma. Even you are here through your karma. You are here through your karma. So many explanations that we can have regarding the karma. But keep in your mind, not everything happening regarding your karma. It is not good idea that you're supposed to keep in your mind. But karma is main thing. No one can change it. No one can change karma without developing their energy and effort. Developing energy and effort, yes, they can change their karma. Attaining enlightenment means you are changing your whole karmic system. Attaining jhana means it is also you are changing completely your karmic system. Not only that, even coming to this place, you are changing your complete karmic system. If you stay your place, dwelling place in this moment, how would be the nature of your mind? So many hustle bustles, worries, troubles, all these things. You are connecting but you are free from all these things in this moment. As a result of that departure in situation, you can increase your happiness. You change your karma. You change in your karma. Now you can't hear the sounds of your boss. You can't hear sounds of your dependents. Dependents are always demanding things. You don't have any demandings in here. No one. No? You are free from suffering. You change your karma. So therefore, you can change your karma. You can develop your energy. You can put your right effort to increase your happiness. Okay. You mentioned anger is bad. I disagree. Anger is an emotion like any other emotion and is valid. I believe it is a toxic nominative to say otherwise. Why does modern psychology believe all feelings, good and bad, are valid? Okay, the main thing is, you mentioned anger is bad. I disagree. Anger is an emotion like any other emotions. Yes, why not? Anger, I said bad because there's a reason. There are things in this world. Think about these things with the material connections. Materials are there. There are some kind of materials which are very hot, connecting with fire. Think about iron, put into the wood stove. It is also material, it's iron. There's no difference with other materials, it's also material. When you're going to touch it, how would be the nature? You are burning. Burning yourself. It does not mean that materials are different from that materials. Yes, materials are materials, but their nature is different. We have to pay attention to see the nature. The iron keeping outside the fire is not harmful. But iron which is in the wood stove, burning hot things. If you're going to touch it, it's definitely going to burn you. There's no doubt about that. Therefore, anger also emotional, same as others. But anger is danger. Why? It's going to burn. When you are living with anger, your blood circulation is completely would be different. Will change. And not only that, scientifically, it had been proved now, modern science. It is harming to yourself if there is anger, if you are living with anger. Not only that, simply you can understand, if you have anger, is there any way that you can be happy? While you are eating, can you enjoy the taste if you are living with anger? You can do some research yourself. You can do some kind of investigations yourself. Then you can realize it. Why anger is danger? Why anger is bad? It is emotion. That's true. It's a thoughts. That's true. Thoughts are there. Anger, jealousy, love, hatred. All these thoughts are thoughts. There's no difference. But we have to think about our main purpose. We are working on our happiness. We do everything to be happy. Think about yourself, whether you're able to be happy with your anger or not. This is the very simple things that you can focus on. Seeing the results, then you can decide it. Oh, angry thoughts are different with other emotions. With other emotions. You can see it. No one can give lessons for that. Just looking at yourself, going through your anger, you can see. Not only that, even you are in anger, the words that you wanted to tell someone is not the real words that coming. That's why later on you're ready to think about, why I did that words. Better not to say it. You are worried later. But with that anger, you did not have any control. You did not have any control. We are living with our culture. If you're talking about human, we have to talk about the culture too. Not only the human beings, even the other living beings also have some kind of cultural things with their life. So in that culture, whatever thoughts arising in our mind, you're not supposed to expose all the thoughts to others. We have to control. That is the nature of human culture. That's why we have norms. That's why we introduce rules, law and order. You can decorate your ear from here to here, but you can't cut your ear. It is prohibited. It's prohibited. It's not allowed to do. It's against the law. Then you can say, this is my ear, I don't need it, that's why I want to take it out. No. The law does not say so. So therefore, you have to have some kind of control. So therefore, anger is something that we should control. It is also emotion. Same as all other emotions, we have to control in some degrees. But anger is very dangerous. Therefore, we have to control our anger, which cause trouble to our happiness. It makes troubles to our happiness. It's very clearly seen. So when you are angry and living with anger, you can look at your mind, then you can see whether you want to get rid of that anger or not. Does karma apply the same way for those people that play sports where they can easily injure others? Yes. If they have purpose, if they have real wicked minds to hurt someone, to do bad things to someone, yes, they accumulate in karma. But accidentally it's happening something, it's not karma. While we are walking, there might be some insect step on, they are killing, but we don't have any purpose to kill them. We have purpose to walk through this way. So we are not part of that karma. It's not belongs to us. There was a story regarding that too, I think better to share with you. Venerable Chakkupala, name of that monk, Arahant monk. After his enlightenment, he was practicing walking meditation. That day morning, he didn't recognize previous night had rain, worms and some creatures had come top of the earth, but he did not know because he was blind. He was walking here and there. Other monks who can see well, looking at this, they complain to the Buddha, Venerable Sir, Venerable Chakkupala is having walking meditation, killing some insect, worms and other living beings. Then Buddha assembled all the monks, residence monks, and then started to discuss about this. Buddha knew, as an enlightened monk, he never purposely killed any living beings. That is true 100%. Therefore, he make assemble and started to discuss. having discussions with Chakupala, Venerable Chakupala. Then Buddha asked, Venerable Chakupala, while you were walking on meditation path, did you recognize some worms, some other insects? Your steps on them? No, Venerable Sir. I did not know. Okay, this is the truth. He is not involved any killing. He just had the purpose to do his walking meditation. Therefore, while we are walking here and there might be steps on some living beings, they might die as a result of that, but we are not part of that killing. Therefore, while you are having some game, playing with someone, accidentally, without knowing, without intention, if something happening to them, it is not the way that you are accumulating your unwholesome karma. But purposely, with angry thoughts, if you are doing something, hurting something with intention, then you are accumulating unwholesome karma. Therefore, without intention, there is no way to happen any unwholesome karma. Without intention. Intention is very important. How does one change their karma? Karma, the word karma, we can use for wholesome and unwholesome both. We are talking about the way how we can change unwholesome karma. Unwholesome karma. There is a simile that, for example, just think about you are growing a huge tree. The tree is growing very well. That tree had become huge, is covered whole area. Then you know the nature. Under the shade, some trees are not growing. Some other trees are not growing under that shade. Some plants are not growing. It's control itself. In same way, you can control your unwholesome karma, developing your wholesomeness. Developing your wholesomeness. Now you all are here with a purpose to practice metta. So same time you are able to away from some kind of unwholesome situations in your life. Today in this moment, or in the morning, or whole day, where you are living, where you are working, there would be some situations to develop your anger or to happen some unwholesome things, to gain some unwholesome karma. But you are here, you are not involved with any of these unwholesome activities. You are taming your word and actions, not like other days, developing your mindfulness. So you are avoiding some unwholesome situations, unwholesome karmas. Same way, the way how we develop, how much we can develop, we can increase our wholesomeness. Person who can attain jhana, so many troubles that person can avoid. That person not get effect of unwholesome, so many unwholesome things, particularly anger. That person does not get angry thoughts because of that jhanic power. He can control his anger. Who attain enlightenment, completely that person can control, eliminate all unwholesome thoughts, unwholesome deeds. But there might be results of unwholesome activities, unwholesome karmas. Think about it with the Buddha's life. Buddha got trouble with Venerable Devadatta. He tried to kill the Buddha few times. The Buddha completely eliminated all unwholesome stages from his mind. But the previous karma was not able to control himself. That's why he had that kind of troubles. There were some people who blamed to the Buddha. King Udena, one of very powerful king, he tried many times to do some harmful things to the Buddha. And at the last moment, the Buddha got some kind of sicknesses, diarrhea. His karma, bad karma. He had back pain in his whole life. Bad karma. So therefore, even though that person can control their unwholesome karma, completely develop their wholesome karma, some strong karma would be effect, or unwholesome karma would be effect even this in very life. Wholesome karma also. For example, we have a very famous Arahant monk, he called Sivali. Venerable Sivali is very famous because he had been practicing perfections of generosity, dana, in many, many deep ways. Among other Arahant beings, he is very special, receiving requisites. There was another Arahant monk named Losaka. He is also Arahant. There is no difference with their enlightenment. Same state. But Losaka, Venerable Losaka, while he was going Pindapata, arms round, he don't get food. But Venerable Sivali, wherever he is, he has all basic requisites himself. He never miss his Pindapata, arms round, or he never miss any his food. But Venerable Losaka had been missing many times. He was not able to even find his food to enough to eat. But it is the way how its effect. Wholesome karma means that the Venerable Sivali was practicing generosity in deeper level in very different ways. Venerable Losaka practicing in different ways, so the results would be different. The wholesome or unwholesome karma will affect us, but we can change that karma. We can change that karma. I can give another living example. Just think about if someone ordained, start to live in the monastery. Don't you change your karma? You can change your karma. Completely. There is a discourse that Buddha delivered to Ajasatta, Samanya Pala Sutta in Majjhima Nikaya. Samanya Pala Sutta. It's explained. Having a discussions with King Ajasatta and the Buddha was asking a question, how would be the person who you are looking now, if that person ordained here, what would be the way how you going to respect him? No difference, same as you, I'm going to respect him. But he was looking that person to give some punishment. But now he had been changing that mind and then says, no, I'm ready to respect that person also same as just becoming a monk. Therefore, we can change our karma in many ways. Many ways. But in wholesome way. In wholesome way. What are the methods we can use when I will annoyance? Okay. Any kind of unwholesome thoughts arising in your mind, the first thing is develop your awareness. Oh, to recognize your thoughts. Generally, we have main problem at the beginning, we are not able to recognize that thoughts. Likewise, for example, think about like this. Someone giving the talk, you are in the audience. He is talking about his country, motherland. This is my motherland, I born in this country. I have obligation to protect this country. If someone coming to destroy this country, I'm ready to kill that person. Then you're ready to say, what a marvelous talk. He's a great person, he's a hero. We will support you. But focus on your mind. Keep analyzing and analyzing. Try to see the roots of that person's words. Whether that words are coming through anger, whether that the thoughts words are coming through any other unwholesome thoughts or wholesome thoughts. Analyzing, then we can see what is the roots of there. Generally, some people say, I am Buddhist, I am proud about that. There are people who says, I am Buddhist, I am proud about that. The teachings of the Buddha for to reduce our pride, conceit, not to increase. Therefore, if someone increase their conceit, thinking about their teachings, then they are misusing. Therefore, awareness is very important. That's the first thing. Awareness. Develop your awareness. Any kind of unwholesome thoughts, to recognize any kind of unwholesome thoughts, first develop your awareness. To develop your awareness, you need calm, quiet situation in your mind. If thoughts are arising in your mind, if your life is hustle bustles, full of hustle bustle life, your thoughts are not calm, your thoughts are coming and going, even you can't recognize any thoughts. So you have to control this situation, to develop your awareness, to control. How you can control it? Develop your communication skills. You might think communication skills means using some language, passing your message. No, that is not the communications means according to the Buddhist way. What does it mean? To recognize your mind. The words coming from outside, recognize that word. The picture, recognize that picture. Bird sounds, other animal sounds, whatever the sounds, recognize. Recognizing that everything, sounds, pictures, taste, feelings, sensation, all these things, recognizing that you can be aware. Oh, I know what is it. This is the awareness. This is awareness. You need inner peace to develop your communication skill. Because as I mentioned, we are not listening through ears, we are listening through our mind. Therefore, the words that I can hear, not the meanings, not the same meaning that you are taking as me. That's why that we can see some training programs, they have a game, lining up people, they are giving the message, the first one, and then asking the last one, what is the message that you got? A completely different answer is there. How? That is the best example to understand. We are not listening through ears. We are getting some supports through the ears, but we are listening through our mind. That's why we have to develop our calmness, inside calmness. We have to get rid of hustle-bustle situation. We have to get rid of anger, jealousy, unhappy other status, as much as for what to develop our awareness. So awareness is the best thing that we can start to control our unwholesome, any kind of unwholesome thoughts, any kind of unwholesome thoughts. May all beings be happy and secure. What if they were a person, make money by killing and selling animals? Should I wish that they are financially success? Do I still send metta to them in this way? If someone selling living beings, if someone killing to live their self, that belongs to them. I don't want to take that their unwholesome come to my mind. That's why we have to be tactful with these kind of situations to not to destroy our peace. Not to destroy our peace. That is their lifestyle. So therefore, we are developing metta ourselves. Your metta, don't think, oh, I am practicing metta to that person. No. You are developing your metta, not that person's metta. May I be sane, may I be well, happy and peaceful as I am, all other living beings be well, happy and peaceful means you are developing your metta. You can't share your metta with others. It's not happening. But if we don't have that metta thoughts, then what would be there? We might develop our unwholesome thought to that person. Maybe jealous, maybe anger. See, that person is bad, he's doing this kind of such a nasty thing, something like those thoughts might destroy my peace. So I don't want to destroy my peace because of him. I don't want to worry about what he's doing, that belongs to him. But my metta, I don't want to limit to anyone, okay, except that person, okay, others be well, happy and peaceful. No. You are limiting yourself. No, we don't want to. There are people who are involved with killing. There are people who are involved with stealing. There are people who are involved with so many other unwholesome activities. We can't change the world. We can't change the world. What we try to do, we try to change ourselves. So therefore, while you are practicing metta, don't think about the others' occupation, what kind of jobs they does. It's not our job. If you think about that kind of things, oh, see, that person have a gun, he is killing, he is going hunting. There is no end. So many unwholesome thoughts would be there. But we don't want to take. Even someone who are living with you, you don't want to think about that person's unwholesome thoughts and unwholesome activities. Just practice metta. I don't care. You are developing your metta, not you are trying to develop their metta. So to develop my metta, I don't want to get that unwholesomeness of others to my mind. Okay? So you are developing metta not to that person, to yourself. But there are ways that you are breaking your limits. The first you are thinking about yourself, may I be well, happy and peaceful. As I am, my family members, my friends, relatives be well, happy and peaceful. And then you can go to the universe, all living beings, seen, unseen, living near or far, weak or strong, born or coming to birth, all living beings be well, happy and peaceful. This means you are developing your metta. Otherwise, how we can say all living beings, tigers, lions, they are killing? Is there any way that we can stop their killing? No. Whatever lifestyle they have, it doesn't matter for us. we develop our metta. I'm trying to stay with wholesome thoughts and wholesome activities without involving or increasing any unwholesome stages in my mind. That is the purpose of my metta, my development. So time is flying. There's 5 more minutes to 6. So you have to come back for meditation. Take 10 minutes break. Come back to meditation. Still, I have more questions. I answered few of them. There are many questions. We'll try to answer tomorrow. If I'm not able to answer tomorrow, come back again to get answer.